The primitive child handed his father a smoldering stick. Dad curiously put it in his mouth to taste it. Who could have known that at that moment, his son's fart would trigger a massive explosion? Even more incredible, the dry kindling nearby burst into blazing flames. And that's how they learned to make fire. Just moments before this happened, a primitive man was struggling to chew on a piece of frozen meat. His son beside him was having an even harder time eating it. Suddenly, the boy's stomach started rumbling loudly. Dad quickly rushed out of the cave, but when he looked down to check, he discovered the frozen meat had been spoiled by the smell. Dad leaned in to sniff it, and a terrible stench hit him right in the face. With no choice left, he had to throw the meat away. The cliff below was already piled high with food that had been ruined by those stinky farts. To keep his son from going hungry, he grabbed his weapon and went hunting. It wasn't until nighttime that the primitive father returned to the cave. He cut the frozen meat into small pieces. Just as his son was about to eat, his stomach started rumbling again. Dad quickly protected the meat in his arms and ordered his son to go outside the cave to take care of business. But shortly after the boy went outside, lightning and thunder filled the sky. Dad rushed out of the cave, but he couldn't see his son anywhere. Just when he was getting worried, his son slid down from the top of the cave, holding a smoldering stick in his hand. The primitive man was curious, so he decided to put it in his mouth to taste it. Who knew that the next second, his son's fart would trigger an explosion? Just as Dad was getting angry, the dry kindling nearby burst into roaring flames. He tried reaching his hand toward it and felt an incredible warmth he'd never experienced before. Suddenly, a delicious aroma drifted over. It turned out their frozen meat was being roasted by the fire. Dad picked up a piece of the cooked meat and tasted it. The flavor was absolutely amazing. From that day forward, humans learned to use fire to cook their food.